like guys anyway, but link to the channel for another or review when thoughts for a deal. So this Raw was only really good for one segment. There was a couple of other half decent moments in here, but yeah, as we'll go through the matches, didn't really work, and a lot of these websites say that they've already the gauntlet match and A, but like because they use us particularly Billy each report, but the fact is, guys, the whole show was kind of a bit slow up until the Judgement Day segment. So we start off with obviously recaps of Elimination Chamber and of what happened the last week on Raw. Then we start with Adam Pearce calling out Seth Rollins to the ring. So Seth Rollins comes out obviously in his mask and has um he has a bunch of masks and with from Pierce actually he calls him out for a conversation, although Rollins doesn't say anything at all for the entire segment. So Pierce actually he said Pierce actually said after the match pass about and do like a sort of strip the willow type dance in the middle with the ring. That's how I'm explaining it. And actually actually takes off the mask and he starts listening to Pierce. Pierce says, if you're not medically cleared, in the worst case scenario is that the vision will get their hands on you and do exactly the same as what they've done to you before. Well, and you won't be as or care eventually. Rollins stays kind of stoic, basically just looking at him. The Vision come out and they cut a basic heel promo saying that they're going to get retribution for Paul Heyman and the attacks and the as well. They charge the ring again with the whole strip the will type and and the with the marksmen and then uh, and then and Elwin right, comes out to get him some after the marksmen leave and Elwin in night momentarily gets upper hand and being all but then they do a 2-on-1 beat down outcome shows they take Ava Division double super to Logan Paul, and they take out Theory as well. That spills over backstage, although so be if and um, although although um although so be think is of a Asian height. Hell, uh, and yeah, we don't see the vision for the entire show. We get and from the shows saying that they want to beat down the vision. They don't hear about separate all and they've got some more on to say to see on about his actions last week during his face to face with Roman Reigns. So that is fine. Again, you don't see Ellen right for the entire show after that's kind of pointless. Then we get then we get an update um from Michael Cole or get Aves regarding Paul Heyman. They say a lot of about his spine. I think they may a cup injury. He's just hype up the Hagrid on the Ashley and deviated um uh, um and deviated himself. Um, so another one odds. He's shown up at WrestleMania. So then we get the women's Gauntlet match for the women's Intercontinental Championship. They make reference to Becky Lynch being under the LR, so that's why he's not in this picture. It's for the right to face AJ Louis next week. So kind of a number on contenders feel the match. So the first two participants is Io Sky and I about area and this one and that whole match was pretty slow. Oh, it took an eternity for for certain eliminations to so basically um so basically guys Io Sky eliminates Ira by the over the moon. And so then it's Raquel Rodriguez. She comes out, beats on Io, but then Io rolls her up for the three count. So she's eliminated both of Iria and Raquel Rodriguez. So the Earl after her elimination yanks Io Sky out the ring, does a Hannibal on the ring apron. Ivy Nile ums um ums out or Ozzy Sky back into the ring and she picks up the scraps now emanates Io. So Sky is out. So Sky I is out on the floor, um, and then he, he's made music hits, and she'll exit the damage, EO on the floor, very similar to that scene from last week. So then, um, so then she jumps in, Ivy and Bale, have quite a long sort of match here, if you can call these individual bits matches. It took an eternity for an elimination, as I've said, but Bailey, he hits a Bailey to Bell, Super X, and gets a 3 count, and it's down, and then it's down to ask, and then it's down to ask him, for the right to be number one contender. Kyrie saying is reluctant to get involved. You can see she's becoming a bit more conflicted. Um, Obviously, as I've said before, guys, um, it's like Smeagol and Frodo's relationship, a very sort of abusive and manipulative, but when she does try and get involved and try and cause bail, out comes along Ira, and she takes out Ira. Asuka tries to walk in the crossface chicken rubber, and she doesn't feel like that. Oh, sorry, that Asuka. Oh, and basically, Asuka gets rose anted by Bale, and that's a number one contender. So it after the match, you do see Asuka if more available and for physical altercations towards Iris saying, she almost looks as though she has her by the rope, but yeah. So yeah, that'll be another sort of match for WrestleMania, I reckon, or around that. Um, so then we get, um, so later on we get a sort of backstage reaction. Bill, he says she'll loves AJ. But as soon as she wins the title, she'll give her either a shot. So yeah, that's fine. Um, then we get a Natalia. Then we get a Natalia promo. She talks about how she hopes Maxie into really enjoyed their stay and hospital. She hopes that she She hopes it was a comfortable stay, and um, she says hopefully they have figured out a diagnosis or have been able. Oh shit. Um, she never listened. Well, she listened to the um, she listened to the fans, and then she said the magazine doesn't belong here, so very similar from the past couple of weeks. Then she says hearts don't lie, and then magazine comes out, drop kicks, or they have a short fight, in a and that's it for that segment. Then we get the um and we get I think we get I think we get the second match on the card after that, don't we? We get yeah, we get the Intercontinental Championship match up next. Um, it's Penta and he's for Earth Defense. It's supposedly, it's supposed to be the original El Grande and Ericano, but he bumps into the Danhausen, Danhausen, the Danhausen, and then says him and the OG Americano should team up, um, should should team up, and the original says I've got to out to the ring for my title match. He says he doesn't have time for this. Danhausen forces him. And again, I don't know what it is with the Anhausen. His brand of comedy doesn't really land with me. I think his debut at Chamber are actually made him like the second coming of the Shockmaster. I don't really, I'm not really fussed, but I am, I know he's a nice guy behind the scenes, but I mean, he doesn't really offer it doesn't really offer a whole lot, to be honest, apart from that, but yeah, but yeah, you see inside to the Judgement Day or up house just before the entrances, you see one of them or in into the Kelder Rodriguez. She says, don't worry, we'll get you another title shot soon. Dominic Mysterio demands to see Finn Balor, um, um, but and he's just cold and he's ass out the ring. So yeah, that's for it are on after this match. So as I've said, guys, the Anheusen's already off OG Americano. You don't actually see what happened. And as is a Ross promotion type feud, you should have seen an attack from the eyes of version of El Grande, but he takes his own. It's an okay match. Asen, Asen could have been just that tiny bit fast. Oh, but Penta attains from the spring was the uh, sh- the Royal gets the three um it's the three before the match Penta a passionate promo saying that his title and represents the fans that don't have the results in hard work. He says this titles are all others. A very passionate promo. Sadly, the match itself didn't live up to didn't live up to the promo. Oh, but that's the way it was. Penta retains the Intercontinental Championship, so that's fine. We get a free tape or we'll get a free tape or Omo of Stephanie Air. And as I forgot to mention, Morgan actually got involved in the gauntlet match, but she was taken out by the air. During that match, it was just a skim through I did, but anyway, Stephanie just said in the speech, she says to Morgan, you've become easier or just a cheap, you're just a cheap one that hides behind such a despicable uh, and and WrestleMania. I hope you bring the best of your uh, reunion because I'm going to bring my best. Again, a very good almost Stephanie's ankle is starting improve, but I don't know why they still have Eve in and out the 2 languages. I don't know if it's a personal choice, but I think Killer is really starting to get a bit better, um, despite what certain us actually say out there. We won't get into who's been slagging Harangue. Well, each of us have judged on our own under those and so yeah, so very decent promo. Um, so yeah, then like So then, unfortunately, we get another appearance from the Anhausen. for for the Anheusen or was out a couple of t-shirts or all the fan houses and you're like, oh Jesus Christ. And yeah, so again, this is just a pointless segment. It's like get off my TV type of stuff and uh, um so yeah, in the back you see Giovanna Evans um um chatting to um chatting to Adam. Yes, he gives Trevor unarrested and I off for a hectic tour. He gets interrupted by Orphica, Angston and Grayson were all are but yeah, or Ethan kind of aid out into the background and Orphica Angston said that we may have got off in the wrong foot. You get like a younger version of me, let me eat some things, so maybe it's a recruitment type deal into the Judgement Day. So yeah, there's that. So there's that going on. Then we get obviously Obafemi. Then we get obviously Obafemi versus Rusev again a skill or smart type deal. Um, after a couple of watch uh, Obafemi hits the uppercut in the corner and hits the Falcon race and gets a victory. It served its purpose and it was okay. A couple of these segments were alright. It's just there's not a real whole lot to talk about here. Um, so um, so then um, so the and eventually um so here I'll be so we've talked about the number one contender as match with the Dominic Mysterio in-ring promo is up next. He bu- he basically rings out with me or or Raquel Rodriguez. He says he demands a rematch against Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. There's one man to battle him and there's one man to battle him for or him using the IC and that's for and Balor. So it goes out for and Fan comes out with JD McDonough. So he hit the ring and Finn is like and Finn is like yeah, he had to earn our in the Judgment Day is like family, and you said that you wanted to go down as the greatest version, uh, and you said you wanted to go down as the greatest version of anonymous heroes of all time. Uh, Dominic Mysterio, uh, and Dominic Mysterio again on Stone Fan, but and then Anna actually he said um 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 Anna actually said maybe Ray was right, maybe Roger still entitled to a to or and then uh, and then he hits Bow and the rest of the Judgment Day soon put you on after Bow or hits a swing uh, he and Pale he and and L he on Stereo so like JD JD on organ and the Rodriguez get involved they haven't on the door. I've actually does this is or Sean and me have on a set up a chair. Rodriguez gets a few hits on so the chair's right or bow or says Dominic Mysterio hits Eddie Guerrero frogs Ash on and and that's when Balor kicked out the Judgment Day and Michael is like JD McDonough's an absolute race fan but I'll or help to this guy's year and he's not a fan of Finn Balor, but he doesn't deserve this whole evil treatment. And that ends the 4 year 10 years or a Finn Balor or in the Judgment Day, so it's obvious we are going to get Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor, or at WrestleMania you get the crowd Rodriguez out there as well, and this was a full excommunication. You have Roxanne Perez out on the injury, um, out in the injury list. So maybe somebody like Morgan would involved at WrestleMania, and that would be delete from X target back to Ash with or Oxan and all this for Oxan and up against Thor and Dominic because obviously it was fun that obviously it was and that helped or Roxanne into the Judgment so they've got that sort of connection or they could go or they could go down there or they could go down the whole of triangle with the Dominic Mysterio, murderer, Oxana and all. I've again like they've done before because like the Dominic Mysterio is um as obviously one of the more nasty murder on character of on the roster or like always one of my favourites. I don't know what that says about but yeah, fantastic segment in the match. Really looking forward to that match. Hopefully, we get the Demon Fan Battle for WrestleMania. I think that would be, I think that'd be good. Um, get the Fiend on for, and yeah, that'll be a good match. Um, so yeah, then we get then we get the final segment and it's CM on who be um CM Punk who be basically explains his actions ex well his actions from what I told he he says he will levels up the he says he levels up the world title. He says you have to level up on them. He can don't be um and don't be just sensitive awful he or Roman Reigns out the Usos rhythm and Nepal J he basically is or Imza but Jimmy's a bit more he says it respects he says of and see Uncle Chili says I go back a long way with your family longer than you ever mean. Oh, longer than you ever mean. Oh, they helped Rainy especially Alpha didn't know or Seeker that way. L Seekers obviously Roman Indies and he helped um he helped to he helped put in some of the younger member us and like um um and then he said the and he said to the some ones have always been respectful except to once another bachelor home and their ends and he says he apologizes to the Usos for our woman treating them like or he apologizes for he apologizes he apologizes to the company and he apologizes to the and he apologizes to the fans or Roman Reigns only hears about himself and then um and then it'll leads to jail so something happen and he hits CM on well I'll then get a um I'll then get response from Rome, and I'll get um I'll give a anti-Americano Nova else's OG next week, and uh, uh, so yeah, that's all next week, and uh, and hopefully we get back more on the Judgment Day stuff. Again, a sort of final segment I thought was okay, but predictable, especially at the end. The best, the best segment of the best segment of the entire night was Dominic Mysterio's. That's kind of dragged a bit as the whole yeah, the Judgment Day stuff I thought was the best part of the show. It was very well done. Dominic Mysterio is absolutely brilliant. But the rest of the show I felt was a drag. So yes, so I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. You don't see, and they don't see the original Americano or Ellen again throughout the show. You don't see the version, so yeah, for that reason, 3 out of 10 for story, and you can, uh, um, and yeah, a lot of them matches didn't really work until there was only 4 matches, and the Danhausen's of getting a bit insufferable. But yeah, the 3 out of 10 guys, not very good. Dominic, Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment they acting out for Balor or helped ring the show up just a and obviously the Penta and Natalia Roma was I thought were decent, but other than that, guys, not really too much to write home about. And yeah, so I'm gonna say 3 out of 10. Obviously, I thought last 2 weeks was the best. Oh, but yeah, Danhausen handing out e-shots, that is pretty, that is pretty easy. But yeah, that is very believable. Hey, you'll subscribe, and I'll see you over very soon. I'll see you tomorrow for the NXT review. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's Fun Ball Alright, the Judgment Day. It's the only segment that I feel enjoyed them throughout. The whole Ask Man segment with the whole strip, there were a whole sort of dance was a bit sort of pithy. Uh, it especially because we're all didn't see anything either, and we didn't see I for the rest of the show either. We didn't see the vision, and we didn't see what happened to the OG Elder and the America. I know, but see you over. I'll see you very soon.